So what is going on, guys? We're back with another video today, and basically what I say basically more now than Oscar fucking does. It's ridiculous. Anyhow, we decided to do a video on what we expect from Paris Games this week, which is starts the 28th of October. Is it? Am I right in saying that?
I believe so. That is correct, from what I understand. Yeah. Oh God. Of course, we forget that Quantic does French for A levels. So he'll be speaking basically the majority of the time in French. So yeah, I mean, we wanted to make a video about Paris Games Week, obviously, because it is coming around very, very quickly, and obviously Sony are going to be having a press conference there. So we thought, why not make a video on what we expect to see there, as Callum has already said. So I think obviously the first thing we should probably mention, and it's pretty obvious, really. Robin's already made a video on it, of course. He made it a couple of days ago. Uncharted 4, obviously, is a big talking point, of course.
Thieves and...
Holy shit!
Yeah, I was going to do that one. God damn it. There's too many little things that we have kind of now applied to Uncharted 4 whenever we talk about it. But anyway, obviously, one of the main things that everyone's thinking is going to be there at Paris Games Week is, of course, the Uncharted 4 multiplayer reveal. So, I mean, either of you kind of got any kind of ideas? I mean, obviously, we've already made the Uncharted 4 multiplayer wishlist before. We've always expressed what we want to see in the multiplayer, but what do you think they'll show of the multiplayer at Paris Games Week? And if you want to say exactly what you think that might be.
I have a point.
Oh yeah, go on, Cal. Yeah, go on.
Isn't there another games conference kind of thing before? Oh no, it's like happens during the time that the Uncharted beta is released, right? I think it's like in Japan, or is that's happened already, hasn't it? Sorry. I'm having
TGS already happened. TGS already happened.
See, I'm having another one of my I don't know anything about the industry moments here. Like,
what a casual.
This is perhaps something that I probably shouldn't say. I think that they're going to reveal quite a bit about it, seeing as the beta is being released at the start of December, which is like just over a month away, and it's a lot closer than you think. I think there's not really much more I can say about that. They're going to reveal I can't see how it's going to be different from Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2. Maybe it's just them two. Shut the fuck up. How they're going to be blended together and how they're going to incorporate that into the game and how what it's going to look like, all that sort of stuff. What sort of game modes? I can't really say anything more than that in a way.
Yeah, well, again, they've not said anything about it yet, have they? So I mean, it is kind of going to be
I mean,
all over there. So
yeah, I'm of course really looking forward to it, as I expressed in I think the last video actually. It was during the podcast, but
yeah, it was during the podcast,
yes,
it was. Yep, that's the one. So I'm really looking forward to it. I think my main wish for it. Have we made the multiplayer wish list, or was it only the single player wish list?
No, we made both.
It was the multiplayer wish list. Okay, but yeah, so you can refer back to that video if you want to know our specific thoughts on that. But I think personally, what I'd prefer to see from it is just an extension of the Uncharted 3 multiplayer without the bullshit. So without all the crappy
microtransactions.
The microtransactions in Uncharted 3 I didn't find were too bad. I mean, for the most part, they were cosmetic, so they didn't seem to be that bad. But I'm talking about like quick boom, rate of fire, revenge, that sort of thing. And if they manage to take those sorts of things out and hopefully also add loads of new things. I mean, I think the weapon selection in Uncharted 3 wasn't the best. So hopefully if they can add a lot more weapons and put a bit more variety into the boosters and kickbacks and that sort of stuff, or even take kickbacks out of the game, because in a way they made it a little bit unbalanced at times, but I think they were a good idea, so they could be done correctly. I would also really like to see more of the cinematic levels that they had in Uncharted 3 with the airplane and with the train, just without all the lag and the glitches that happened on the PS3.
Because that was awful.
Exactly, and I suspect that it's being on the PS4 now, hopefully Naughty Dog will have much more wriggle room, as it were, to make that experience less sort of I don't know what the best word to describe it. I guess it's like fractured, like how you got on it sometimes and it was fine, but other times it was just horrible, and yeah, there was a lot of spawn trapping in it, and it was just a bit of a hot mess, really. So if they can bring back those sorts of levels, I'd like to see it, because they did bring a little bit of variety to the multiplayer. But at the same time, I desperately hope that they manage to get the technical side of it right. The final thing, also, quickly, that I'd like to mention is I hope they bring out some sort of co-op level system, like they did with Uncharted 3 with the co-op star and the co-op arena and that sort of stuff. That was actually a part of the multiplayer.
I'm sure they'll do all of that stuff.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll bring all the co-op stuff back,
that,
and they'll bring the. They'll obviously have these. Well, they've already said that they're going to have that DLC pack thing, aren't they? So they're going to have probably. I'm assuming they'll have multiplayer map packs. They'll probably do the old flashback thing where they'll bring in all the maps from Uncharted 3. Probably bring all those guys in. So I'm sure they'll do something like that. Obviously at Paris Games Week, I'm assuming they'll have like a reveal trailer like they did for Uncharted 3. So I'm sure there we'll see more of the multiplayer, I'm assuming. But anyway, moving on to the other things that we expect to see there. One of the things we wanted to mention was obviously Quantic Dream. Now they're obviously a European studio, I believe they're from France, and they have obviously made the games like Heavy Rain before.
Beyond Two Souls.
Beyond Two Souls, of course, they made on the PS3. Those two games were very popular, especially Heavy Rain. I mean, any ideas of what you think they might reveal there? I mean, obviously they're going to do very, very similar, I assume, to what Heavy Rain is. Very, very kind of story-driven, choice-driven. We'd expect to see a game there. I mean, they've already announced they're going to have a remaster of Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain for PlayStation 4. So, yeah, I'm assuming they'll have a similar reveal for a new game. I mean, I can't speak for them, obviously.
So we kind of already had a game like Heavy Rain come out this year when you look at Until Dawn, I guess.
Yeah,
like
that's what I was just
very,
about to say.
very choice-driven story game.
Well, I was just about to say,
you know?
I mean, I really enjoyed Until Dawn. I don't think either of you played it in the end, but
No.
I really enjoyed it, and I think having played that game, and that game, I guess, was in a way average because it was. I don't know how quite to put it, but it didn't sort of breathe the sort of confidence that some games that are up for Game of the Year, that just sort of have that sort of air, that atmosphere about it. That means it's a really quality game. But I still really, really enjoyed Until Dawn. It's definitely one of the games that I've had the most fun on this year, and I definitely intend playing it through at least one more time. So with another game from this studio who have already got a very good track record of a similar type of game, I would be buzzing if they did announce a similar game to those, and with it being much better quality potentially than Until Dawn, I would definitely like that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. Those games have always been very, very popular, especially Heavy Rain. That's been one of the most critically acclaimed PS3 games. So we'd like to see more of that. Obviously, another thing we wanted to mention as well was Medium Molecule. Now, obviously, they revealed their new game Dreams at E3 this year, which is pretty interesting because they didn't really explain what it was.
And then, you can draw stuff, or am I thinking of the wrong game here?
No. It's the one where you can pretty much make short little stories with they really did not explain it very well, to be honest.
Yeah.
They had the polar bear thing, and you had to do playing the piano. If you remember the
that's what I meant. Because I swear I saw them drawing that out or something using controllers or whatever. That's what I meant by that.
No one really knows what it is.
Exactly.
So they wanted to. I would hope to see more of it at Paris Games Week, obviously, because they are obviously a European studio, actually from the UK. So obviously that'd be the best time to show it if they are going to show it, because it doesn't seem like as big potentially as Little Big Planet was at the moment. I'd say people are kind of a bit confused as to what it is. I think we'd like to see more of what exactly the game is about. I mean, it's obviously going to take the same ethos of the idea of it being a create, play, share, whatever it's called, like that kind of idea.
Little Big Planet feel.
Basically, Little Big Planet. So we'd like to see more of that. Obviously, that'll be pretty interesting, and hopefully we will see more of that soon.
I think at the same time, like you saying that you don't really know what's about. Would you have said the same? I can't really remember when the first Little Big Planet trailer came out, but would you have been able to say the same thing about Little Big Planet? I mean, even now, I would have trouble I would have trouble trying to explain what Little Big Planet really is to people. I mean, to a casual gamer, I guess, such as Callum. No, but what a
I hate the pair of you.
But say, for example, if you're trying to explain it to a casual gamer, it'd be really hard to explain what that was all about. So I think we need to give them a chance with that, and they're certainly a really creative studio, of course.
Yeah. But I mean, other than that, I don't think we've got anything other specifically, because obviously there's so much things that there's so many different studios that would not really. That's one of the things that's great about PlayStation at the moment, is that we don't know anything really about the other studios.
What about
games.
What about Battlefront though? Do you reckon they could reveal some more? Maybe they'd reveal some more information about this absolutely ridiculous DLC season pass that they're coming out with.
Well, Callum's right. It is actually a PlayStation exclusive.
I like it.
I'm out. That's a good one. I'm done. I'm out. I'm so done. I'm just done. I'm out. I'm done.
Hey, wait, no. We surely will see some more Mirror's Edge, Cal.
I'm out. I'm out.
Oh my god.
I didn't even know it,
I'm sorry.
Seriously,
The banter's
Perry,
real here. It's
off.
too much, really, isn't it? Let's be honest.
No, I'm done.
If you haven't watched our other videos, then obviously we remember that Callum mentioned that he thought Mirror's Edge was a PlayStation exclusive, didn't you, Callum?
Well, to be
Swivel.
fair, he immediately backtracked after saying it. He realised how stupid it was saying that
Swivel.
immediately afterwards. So.
I took advantage of that in the editing, but
Yeah, you did, yeah. Face bump.
It's been 10 minutes. Can we end this video now?
yeah. But anyway, we've obviously got a tangent, but obviously we want to know what you guys think about what's going to be revealed at Paris Games Week.
We haven't even touched on some of the games though, Oscar. Like we can't miss out Horizon Zero Dawn. We can't miss out Sony Bent's new game, of course. Any
Well,
words
I
on
mean, those two are. Well, I mean, Horizon I think potentially could be shown, but the only thing about that is it's been a very short gap between it was shown at E3 and now it might not be shown. Although Guerrilla Games obviously is a European studio, so maybe they will show something like that. And then obviously Sony Bend, well, they're an American studio. I think they're American. They could be Canadian, one or the other. But then they're not from the UK. They're from the EU. So there's only real Guerrilla Games maybe might show their Horizon. So again, other than that, we don't know much else because again, not many of the studios have shown their new games yet. So it's all a bit of a surprise, hopefully. Again, Paris Games Week isn't the biggest thing, so we don't know for sure if it's going to have that kind of scale that E3 usually has, or maybe PlayStation Experience is now gaining a bigger kind of viewer base, I suppose. But obviously we'll have to wait and see. October 28th, I believe, is the day it's going to be when the PlayStation live stream will be for the conference. So again, obviously, like to hear what you guys think about whether what there what was that?
We don't know. We're turning French now, aren't we?
Yeah,
like,
turning
we
French,
just go,
definitely.
Bleh.
I don't know. Anything that I say is seen as completely stupid, so I'm not allowed to say anything anymore. You know.
Anyway,
we've genuinely made him angry.
Yeah, I
Like,
think we're actually pissed off Callum.
pissed off. Screw you guys.
Okay. Goodbye.
Anyway,
Bye.
nice thing. Yeah, fuck it.
Bye.
We're so done.